Hey, Travis here, big Garfield fan. I got a chance to see the sneak peek of the new Garfield movie last Sunday before it came out. That was, I think, the 19th. And I wanted to give my thoughts on it in a long version. I have a shorter version that I uploaded to TikTok that you can check out, and I might have it on YouTube Shorts. But I wanted to go kind of in depth on like what I thought of the movie. First off, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do was go to a real movie theater and see Garfield, um, like a Garfield movie in the theaters. And I never got a chance to do that. And with the Garfield movie in 2004 with Bill Murray, the live action one with the CGI as Garfield, I was kind of a stickler about that one. I wasn't real thrilled about it. I kind of boycotted it at the time. I actually didn't see it in theaters, so it was always like my dream was to see an animated Garfield movie. And when they came out with that Peanuts movie, it kind of gave me hope that, hey, maybe they're gonna, come out with a Garfield movie at some point. So I want to go into my first thoughts on the movie. My first thoughts, and I'll go into the negative stuff, is that there's an ad placement in the movie. That's the only thing I didn't like. There's a ad placement for Olive Garden. They give Olive Garden a shout out, and then they also give Olive Garden like he opens the refrigerator and like there's leftover Olive Garden in there. That's the only thing, but I do understand that Nickelodeon did buy the character for like millions upon millions of dollars, and they need to recoup their money. So I do understand that. The other negative about the movie is there's not enough John Arbuckle in the movie. I would have loved a more cut tos on John Arbuckle, seeing like when Garfield was like lost, like what John Arbuckle was up to. They do flash back a couple times, but I thought, man, they could have went to like Liz's veterinary office, and he could have been pulling his hair out, like telling Liz, like, I just don't know where Garfield and Odie are. Other than that, it's a fantastic movie. It's a childhood dream come true. It was one of the most special days of my life watching the Garfield movie. And I gotta say, the pluses are that, okay, Garfield and Odie's relationship in the comic strip, in the old cartoons and the specials, are where Garfield kind of always has a one-up of Odie, and Odie is really dumb, and Garfield's always taking advantage of him. And in this iteration of Garfield, I thought that that Odie and Garfield were on kind of like level playing fields. They're friends, they're homies. So I thought that was really cool. That like it wasn't like Garfield was taking advantage of him. Now I do love the relationship between Odie having unconditional love and being dumb, and Garfield taking advantage of him, but also showing like his true heart sometimes in the old comic strips and the cartoons. But I just kind of thought that this is a more modern take on it. Another thing that I loved is the structure of the movie. I'm an author, and I left the movie theater like being like, God, I got like wanting to be a better writer, because the structure of this of the screenplay, there's like a couple reveals, there's a ton of side plots, and there's like, when you think the movie's over, there's like another layer to like how this movie ends. And I thought the writing was just really tight, and it was brilliant. Another thing I loved was that they do a montage in the movie of kind of like Jim Davis gags and comic strips. They do a wonderful job of really knowing the Garfield lore and the years upon years of the comic strip and the specials. So that was something that I like just really loved about the movie. The voice cast is amazing, and the animation is incredible. And I wanted to touch base on how it leaves you kind of like, I was tearing up, I was crying, because in the movie, I'm not going to give it away, but the father and son relationship of Garfield's dad and Garfield reminded me a lot of like having an absent father myself most of my life. And the other thing that I loved was that this is a new take on how Garfield ended up with John. And I love that they kind of reimagined it. Sometimes I hate, like, especially in comic book movies where they don't follow the story of the comic book. But in this, this new take on like how Garfield met John at Mama Leone's kitchen. It's just a great take, and it's good to have an updated version. And it's good to, when I was in the movie theater, I saw there were a bunch of children and stuff, and you could tell they were really excited. And it's good to see Garfield kind of in the forefront again, going to Walmart and having, like toys available, these toys and posters and books and everything like that. I think it's super important to have him kind of reinvigorated, because when I was a kid, he was at Spencer's Gifts, he was at Hallmark, he was at your local grocery store in like their little magazine aisle. Like he was everywhere when I was a kid. So it's fun to see him when I have a son kind of be everywhere again. So I just want to say thank you to Nickelodeon for buying the character and kind of reinvigorating this Garfield craze that's happening right now. I know I said the negative thing about Olive Garden, but at the same time, I'll probably go eat at Olive Garden now because of the lasagna, like having the lasagna and I'm going to take my kids to see the movie because we went to see it just me and my girl as adults. I really wanted to like be able to focus in on like the way it was structured and everything like that. It's definitely a tearjerker. So you bring some tissues. And yeah, it was a dream come true to see the Garfield movie. And please go see it. It's in theaters right now. That's my review. Thanks, guys.